Well, the old bear's still hanging around on the ridge, and the does and the little fawns are doing so good. Ain't they beautiful? And old Dirty Dan's moving around in this heat too. Welcome, friend. Welcome to the foothills of the Smoky. Another chapter of As the Ridge Turns here in East Tennessee. Boys, it's been hot, and it's only going to get hotter. But they say there's going to be a cool down here in a little bit. I sure hope so. Hope y'all staying cool and taking care of yourself. This heat will take any of us out, I'm telling you. The little animal's still moving around. And that old bear Bubba, he's still hanging around on the ridge. I figured he'd move on. All the blackberries is gone. Down here at the pond, he'd about take a flash flood to fill this pond up. It's just a little bit of mud in it. It's so dry. We haven't had no rain, but 1 or 2 times, one morning and one evening, little showers. That's about it. But anyway, enjoy yourself, and let's see what stepped in front of the cameras this week. Now, the deer, they're moving around. They're kind of sluggish in this heat. Now, the fawns are around here, just ain't in this clip. They're getting brave. And there's old Dirty Dan moving around up on the ridge. Hot, though. It's just so hot on them. But they do what they gotta do. And the turkey, same way. I know they don't like this heat, but they're moving around. They like to move around early in the morning. And there's old Yaller again, always doing some serious hunting. He's hanging in there in this heat too. And old Dirty Dan's up in the woods too, way up in the side of the ridge, doing what he's got to do, finding his favorite root to get a hold of. And the deer and the little fawn still hanging around Mommy. This is a single here. And they just mosey around all day in these little woods. There's the twins. They're growing up. And they'll step right in front of the cameras too. Just moseying around. Ain't they beautiful? So curious. Gotta say hi. And the bucks are still hanging around a little bit. I suspect they're going down here to this mineral block I've set out on the ridge a long time ago. And ain't them antlers growing? Growing fast. Summer'll be over before you know it. But ain't it hot? Now here's a strange sight. My camera being pushed to the ground. Man, and what in the world is that when I found it? Well, here it is again. There it is. I stopped it right there. What is that? I suspect it's the back end of a northbound bear. Look at his claws there. But you never know. But an hour later, down on the ridge, there he was in front of another camera, so I suspect that was a bear. And down at the acorn pile, All showed up down here was Mr. Squirrel. And at the stump, there's Woody. And a little ground squirrel. They all doing their thing. And of course, a squirrel. This is one of their favorite spots. And down at the cut, looked like a young deer or a fawn right in front of the camera. Can't tell. And the squirrel fooling around. That's about it. They ain't moving around as much as you think they are. It's just so hot on them. They're doing what they have to do. And at the log, there's a deer in the background passing through. And old Ricky, he's always checking his spot. And at the tree, old Dirty Dan's moving around pretty good in the morning. And he comes. Move a little bit and watch. Move a little bit and watch. And he just comes and goes. But I'd say it gets up into the day. Too hot for him. He's going to the patio. If not under the rock. And he just prowls around out here relaxing. Coming and going. Don't know which is Diane and which is Dirty Dan sometimes. And behind the back, there's a little wren prowling around at the back door. Now you can see old Dirty Dan in the front there. Man, he's just coming and going out the back door too. It's shady back here. Just doing his thing. Down at the pond, rare glimpse of some more turkey here. Ain't they growing up? They'd be full grown before you know it. Look there. Mom and her chick. And I believe there's a couple different sets of chicks here. And on the other camera, it's just wheat. Growed up. But I did catch a little rim on the log here that the camera's at. But they're in there. I try when I change the camera to beat the weeds back. But they grow back in a day or two. But that'll go away. Come dark, the old coons, that's their time of day. Out doing their thing. And the possum, they love all these bugs. And the deer still just browsing in the background. There's a little pond running up a trail. And the coyotes is out too. Following everything around. Nothing changes. And there's a little skunk out. It's like Wishbone. And there's a rare glimpse of old One-Eyed Jack. Ain't seen him in a while. He had to say hello. And another little fawn just passing through. They getting braver, ain't they? Every day. Getting further away from Mom. They'd better be careful. And down at the acorn pile, a little possum just passing through. At the stump, there's a possum in the background. And a coon. These little animals got to do their thing. They just travel all around this ridge. And at the cut, it's hot at night as like it is in the day, but there ain't no sun. A little coon moving through. Look like broke tail. And the possum. And here's a little young fawn just by itself running up the cut. Mommy ain't far away though. And at the log, coon just passing through there too. Coming and a going. And the possum. Looking for them bugs. And there's old Wishbone again, moving through. Ain't seen him in a while. Hope he sticks around. That's the tree. The old coon's always prowling around here. They're always watching though. That looks like old Broke-tail there. Now, didn't film nothing up at in the front of the rock. Camera didn't, nothing set it off. But they're using this back door. For some reason, they just don't set the front camera off at the rock sometimes. But they come and they go. A little shortcut here for them. Up on the ridge, all tripped the camera was a little coon moving through this week. Down at the pond, our little pond right in front of the camera. They're just coming and going. They're here. And on the other camera, nothing tripped the camera except the bug. But it dawns when they like to move around. Here's the triplets huddled up together early one morning. What are they up to? And here's a buck on top of the ridge, coming down, just a browsing. And that looks like old Yaller, getting an early start when it's cool in the morning. And the little fawn's following Mommy around across the ridge. Of course, it's 75 degrees here, and the little squirrels, they always early start. And some of them just laid down. Hard night, moving around. They just resting when they can. Another day unfolds here on the ridge in the high 90s. But it's time for the little squirrels to do their thing. It's hot on all these little animals, but they do what they gotta do. They still gotta eat, move around. They hadn't had to say hi. And they out enjoying the day with their friends. Finding something to eat. Well, that's just what stepped in front of the cameras this week, guys. God bless every one of you. Stay cool out there. Take care. And I'll see you next time.